we're breaking. G'day everybody, Thursday afternoon commute here. Fucking so much traffic today. It's the atmospheric river. Oh fuck, oh breaking down. Someone's, oh shit, that's causing fucking massive dramas. Big old crash, 3-car crash. Jesus. I mean, you're in the second. Alright. You got your fast lane, which is the express lane, and less people in it because it's hitting you $5 to go fucking like 5 miles. And then you got your next lane over, which is like the fucking lunatic lane because everyone wants to go fast in that one, but no one wants to pay money to pay the toll, essentially, right, to actually get where you're going. And people are always crashing. And we just experienced that firsthand. Yeah, and instead of, I don't know what the fuck, when people get in an accident, it's like they just go, oh, don't fucking touch anything, don't move, don't anything. I'm like, number one, get off the fucking road onto the shoulder. Like, why wouldn't they all just get off the road and then all this fucking traffic would have been avoided? But anyway, what I was saying, Thursday afternoon, coming home, the atmospheric river had hit, well, supposed to hit. It's always really underwhelming, the amount of rain that actually comes down when the fucking, all the media outlets broadcast that bullshit. I mean, fuck, man. I don't know about you guys, but as a kid growing up, it was just called rain. It's like, oh, well, you know, winter's here, where you know, rain is forecast. Shout out to Tim Bailey, drip drops across rooftops. Now, for some reason, it's fucking atmospheric river. And then I heard a new one the other day. It was aquatic bomb or atmospheric bomb or some fucking absurd nonsense. It's like, it's fucking rain. And it's not even that bad. What the fuck is wrong with people, man? Anyway. So anyways, that's causing all kinds of dramas on the road today, but fingers crossed, touch wood, it's not going to affect me too bad. Yeah, anyway, good news is I got that deck nice and straight today. We're finally straight as an arrow, which is good because it's right before we hit like a little corridor before hitting the building. So yeah, I'm glad we got that sort of figured out. But it made me want to talk about composite decking, guys. If you or anyone you know is thinking about putting in a deck, and some fucking moron at the lumber yard or whatever says, oh, why don't you try Trex deck or I don't know, some sort of composite decking material. It's new, it's great, it doesn't corrode, you don't have to oil it. They're a fucking moron. That, like any kind of composite deck, and there's a couple of them, right, but they're basically all the same shit. It's all just a plastic resin mixed with like wood, essentially. First of all, they look terrible. It's just like a mono-colored blank fucking look. And even the ones that try to put different colors in, because they all come with like a pretty generic texture, but it has like this bland look that it's just gross when you compare it to something that's natural, right? And that's why nature is so beautiful, because it's all, nothing's the same. Everything's kind of a little bit different, and it's all those abnormalities which make it beautiful in the first place, right? So, but yeah, getting back to this deck, I don't know if you can really pick it up on camera. You probably can't. But the amount of like microplastics, essentially, I'm just covered in them, and it's not necessarily from me cutting it and all that sort of shit. So if you listen to my last podcast, I was talking about how we're just ripping up the old material and reinstalling it with these new clips and glue, right? So what's happened over time, and it hasn't been that long either, it's only been a couple of years, because the company I work for were the people who installed it in the first place, is well, what will happen with any composite deck is it'll start off like solid, almost shiny, and then over time it starts to get powdery as the surface just begins to deteriorate because of the sun and any sort of wear and tear in the elements over time, right, throughout the seasonal changes. So as we're moving this shit around underneath the deck, and it's like this fine dust everywhere, and it's all just microplastics. So just keep that, apart from the deck looking like fucking absolute arse. That's my personal opinion. You might like the look of that. I think they look horrible. But you will be introducing an insane amount of dust and microplastics into your home, which, I mean, unless you've been living under a fucking rock, no, like, you really don't want that. Like, it's terrible. It's linked to all sorts of cancer and all kinds of developmental issues and hormonal issues and all that sort of shit. So yeah, please stay clear of fucking composite decking, man. It's horrible to work with. It looks like shit, and it will break down. So don't listen to those people that say it's really good and it's good in wet areas and all that sort of crap. It's nonsense. It's fucking garbage. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. So if you know anyone thinking about doing a deck, just do hardwood. Softwood, no. Once again, softwood's nice. Everyone thinks softwood's nice because it's kind of cheap and you know, it looks nice and all that stuff, but you know, I mean, it's a fucking softwood. It'll scratch up real easy if you have dogs or kids that are dragging chairs and tables and shit around. It'll scratch up super easy. Whether you get cedar or redwood, as it starts to change color, cedar, once it goes from that sort of caramelly yellow color and starts to fade out, when it's going through that changing process and all the tannins start bleeding and you get these like weird sweat marks everywhere, it looks fucking horrible. Same thing with the redwood. It does the same deal. It's what the fuck is going on up here? It does the same thing. It's sort of like when the tannins are changing and like and they're leaching out when it goes from like wet to dry and all that stuff, you get these horrible gray black patches everywhere. And then I know with redwood, especially when you stain it, a lot of the time your deck will then just turn fucking black. So you guys, I mean, just if you're gonna do it, do hardwood. Just face the fact that it's a cost, it's an expense. If you can't afford it, save up a little bit longer and just do hardwood, because it's so much fucking nicer and you'll be so much happier. And to be perfectly honest, you don't have to oil it every year. If you want to have it looking brand new, then sure, oil it once a year. But fuck, that is so much easier than fucking having to deal with some shitty softwood deck or some plastic deck that's going to move a quarter of an inch throughout the winter and the summer, and all your joints and shit are going to open up. It's just going to look like fucking garbage, and you're going to be breathing in microplastics. So yeah, just go hardwood. Do it. Just go hardwood. The other thing, went to the shops the other day, and fucking trolley cars, man. I don't know. I guess if you're like missing a leg and you don't have a wheelchair and you're hopping around, and you know, after you've loaded your car up with groceries and shit, it could be like nearly impossible for you to put back or something like that. Like, I understand, but for the majority of the people out there that are just fucking lazy and not putting your grocery cart back, just fucking go home and kill yourself, eh? Like, the amount of laziness that's involved in that, like, you shouldn't even be walking the earth if you're that fucking lazy, in my opinion. So next time you go to the shops, if you see someone who doesn't put their shopping trolley back, tell them to go fucking kill themselves. It's fucking brutal, man. I went to Target over the weekend, and Jesus Christ, it was like, it was, yeah, I don't know. I was in a bad mood that day, so mate, whoa, easy fucking in people, Jesus Christ. Everyone's flying down the fast track lane, and then once it comes time to scan your little pass and pay the toll, $15! No wonder that motherfucker was getting out of here. Jesus. Oof, that one hurt. Well, anyway, shit happens. At least I'm moving. All these other fucking people are just creeping along. Jesus, I spoke too soon. Whew. That was a close one, eh? What were we talking about? Shopping trolleys. Yeah, fucking shopping carts, man. Please just be a good human to the world and put your shopping cart away. Just put it back in that little area. And, I mean, fuck, they're only scattered like 30 feet apart, which is like 30 meters. I mean, you just spent the last probably 45 minutes walking around a shop aimlessly for God knows how many kilometres or miles. You were just walking around in there just bullshitting. So take another couple of steps, put your trolley back. Not only is it nicer and neater for the people who are coming to visit the shop that you're going to, but it makes the life easy for the poor fuck who's got to go and pick them up. So, you know, just do a good deed and carry it on, and next thing you know, everyone's going to be happy and holding hands and all that cool shit. So something to think about. All right, well, I think that's all. Let's wrap it up there. There's a lot of traffic, but that was kind of a close call that I'm just getting out of now. So I'm going to say sayonara, and I'll speak to you. I might not speak to you tomorrow. I might save it for the Dicko sit down. So, all right, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Thanks for chiming in. Drive safe. The roads are fucking crazy today, being a Thursday in the rain, so take it easy. Chime into one of these stupid podcasts and have a giggle, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. All right, guys. Bye.